Level 150 is the 151st level of the backrooms. Level 150, also known as the Infinite Garden, certainly isn't safe, especially if you have mental disorders such as anxiety, psychosis, or delirium. People with pollen allergy also don't stay in this level for too long, obviously. The level, as previously mentioned, resembles an infinite garden, with multiple rooms dividing the different types of plants, with an also infinite concrete path connecting each room. Due to the nature of this level, stably-minded people generally establish colonies here, being next to the edible plants, generally vegetables and leguminous plants, and to the exits. Backstory: well, that was strange. I recently entered level 234, and decided to explore a flower shop. There was no one, so I entered an employees-only door just to see what would happen, and I saw a giant deposit of orchids. There were also different flowers in the distance, but the organization was pretty strange. I never saw a store putting plants on the floor with a path between them. Well, I'm not the manager, so I can't change it. Not gonna lie, it was really beautiful, but I tried to go back and I couldn't. At least, this place is really peaceful. If possible, I'll stay some weeks here just to rest. The only weird thing I saw there was a guy wearing a black mask and bulletproof vest running around and doing push UPS. If anything happens, I'll update you soon. Peace. Unknown writer, originally in Hindi, translated to English. Probably participating in a colony. Survival difficulty and a class are levels that are safe for exploration, has minimal entity number and can or not have anomalous properties, however, those pose no significant harm. Levels with this class can also be abundant in resources or even have a very low entity number, or anything that would make this level safe for exploration. Class 1, Safe, Secure, Minimal Entity Count. Description: 90 HYB 92 MS 6J71.png, part of level 150. Photographer: unknown. Credits to Karatwathak. Isled 93 DLN 0E71.png, photo of the windows of level 150 with a landscape. Photographer unknown. Credits to Karatwathak. As said before, level 150 consists of an infinite garden. Depending on where you enter this level, you will see different types of plants. The most reported entering is on level 234, more specifically on the Karagwaku district. There is a single flower shop present in the level, next to the haunted museums. If you enter there, you will see the orchid section. In this level, you can find faucets with potable water to drink, as almond water is very rare. The only way of getting it is by maintaining contact with the Republic of level 153 or by bringing your own bottles. On rare occasions, people will build small forts on the level, just to stay protected. They'll prepare themselves by bringing materials from other levels or just by destroying parts of level 150 and collecting them. Some habitants are against it, but they accept the constructions. This level doesn't present different floors, being separated by rooms. The ceiling is modern, presenting the dropped ceiling style with ceiling tiles and lights. However, all the lights are off and it doesn't seem that people can turn them on. The only source of light present in the level is by the windows. It isn't similar to the regular window, as the glass is indestructible. The light seems to be artificial and no one can open them. Sometimes, you can see a landscape on the distance, but it also seems fake. Pillars are present in the rooms, and the hallways connecting one room to another are pretty long, being the only part of the level where the ceiling lights are working well. E9RNGLDVIAMES0Q.jpg. Another photo of level 150. Photographer presumably the same writer of the backstory. Credits to Karatwathak. The types of plants seem to change approximately every 2 kilometers, 1.25 miles, with each room being around 75 meters x 70 meters, and the more distant from the center you are, the rarer the plants are. Vases with random plants are present in some rooms, as well as trash cans. Common sections: Orchid Section. The first section you see entering from level 234. 20 kilometers north from the center. People stay here temporarily to adapt to the ambient, but they quickly leave, trying to find something to eat on the level. Rarely, some vanilla orchids bloom on this section, and the most experienced explorers can extract the pods of the plant to use it on sweet foods. Facelings visit this section often to water the plants. Cacti Section. The dead center section of level 150. As cacti don't need a lot of water, facelings rarely visit the region. There are no colonies and or outposts present in the section, since people can't eat them. Rose section, the most populated section from the non-edible plants. About 42 kilometers northwest from center. Facelings like to spend time here admiring the roses when they aren't watering plants. People also live here because it's next to the edible plants, more specifically the cabbage section. Edible plant sections. Cabbage section, the most populated section from the edible plants. This section is so popular because it's next to the previously mentioned rose section and because it is the closest edible plant section from the center, being 42 kilometers north. A lot of small medium colonies are present in this section, but sometimes the cabbage gets contaminated by bugs. Strawberry section, although strawberries are edible and good for the general health, people didn't occupy this section because they rot too fast, meaning they couldn't consume it all. It is located 78 kilometers southeast. Facelings rarely water here too, making it almost an abandoned section. Cauliflower section, it is the second most populated section from the edible plants. Although it is very far from the center, approximately 274 kilometers east, it is more habitated by people that went too far off the center and wanted a place to stay. There are a lot of colonies here, and the Republic of level 153 is also present. Facelings are common around there. Uncommon sections. Areas. Varied mushrooms area. As the name says, this isn't a section, it's more like an area, because it doesn't consist of only one section. No one has an exact measure of where this area is, but we know that it is on the northwest direction. This area was previously used for cultivating big trees, proven by the large amount of tree stumps present and the elevated ceiling. This probably facilitated the appearance of the mushrooms. All the types of mushrooms are present in this area: edible, toxic, and psychoactive mushrooms. There are no colonies and or outposts present. Darkness area. This area is almost completely dark. There are no windows present, the light doesn't work as always, as well as the air conditioner, and there aren't plants. The most accepted theory is that the plants that were present before eventually died, being forgotten by the population and the facelings that maintain level 150, although no one knows what happened with the windows. Past events. Note, as these events are just oral stories, they are probably distorted in some parts, but the meaning of the story stays the same. The fire incident. As you might know, plants do not go well with fire. Around 30 to 50 years ago, a person with bad intentions decided to implant chaos into level 150. They started on level 11, picking up some gallons of gasoline. From there, they went on a speed run on other levels, picking up other tools that would help them in their crime incident. Finally, 2 months after, they clipped into level 150. They started to put fire in the abandoned parts, but luckily, when they got to the most habitated parts, they ran out of gasoline, and their rampage stopped. The people present there unalived them, and their history ended. The Cannibalist Incident. This incident happened around 642 kilometers northeast, with no piece of information about the type of plant present there. According to people present in the moment, a random habitant was mentally unstable. He didn't want to stay with his vegetarian routine. He brutally attacked one of the integrants of the colony next to him, eating his flesh. After this, the person ran away, and no one knows what happened to them. It is assumed that they're isolated in one of the abandoned parts of level 150. Entities. Facelings are the only type of entity present in this level. Luckily, in this level, they are very peaceful, and most of the times, they don't harm humans, only if they're attacked first. Adult facelings are way more common than the child facelings, while the other possible types are not present. In this level, their job is to water the plants. As there are infinite plants in this level, they can't water all, but the quantity of facelings present in this level compensates. Colonies and outposts. As this level is infinite, we can't know how many colonies are there for obvious reasons. Below, there are listed the most well-known, and the documented, colonies on level 150. Republic of level 153. Pretty experienced, have already explored the backrooms and created colonies on a lot of levels to help explorers. Supplies. People with supplies, such as food and water, imports food from another rooms to help other ones. They have around 32 members only in this level, but are present on other ones. Around the cabbage section, They have existed for a long time, one of the most well-known colonies around. The backrooms. Facelings maintain a type of alliance with them. Has outposts on level 0, level 0.00, level 1, level 2, level 4, level 147, level 305, level 1203, level 1205 and level 3496. It also has a security force in the snack rooms to ensure that they have a trade advantage. Flora Group. Their main goal is to appreciate the plants present on level 150. They have around 14 INTE grants. They are very peaceful, and will always accept new members. They are open to trades, but they don't have a lot of properties besides plants. Present around the rose section. Veggies. Nothing special about them, just vegetarians that found a good place to eat. They have approximately 23 INTE grants. They will only accept you if you're vegetarian/vegan. If you aren't, you can't enter. They aren't open to trades because they don't have things to trade. They live a nomadic life. So they don't have a certain place to stay. The Facelings Rebellion. A group of facelings that didn't want to stay watering plants anymore and are just existing in level 150. They're estimated to have 26 members. They aren't very friendly, and they don't trade either. Present around the Cacti Section. Entering level 150. As previously mentioned, you can no-clip to level 150 by entering an employees-only door in a flower shop in level 234. The same thing can happen on level 11, but it might be harder to find a flower shop there. You can go to this level if you find a rubber duck on level 289. You also have a slight chance to no-clip on level 0 directly to here, waking up buried in dirt. According to reports, that isn't a very pleasant experience. This one is a bit weird, but it's real. If you enter a flight on level when eating vegan food, you will be teleported to here. Exiting level 150. The most common way that people exit level 150 is by consuming psychoactive mushrooms. As there aren't laws in this level, these types of mushrooms are legal. You can find them on the varied mushrooms area, but choose very well, because you might eat a toxic mushroom. If everything goes well, you will go to level, although it isn't recommended to go there for obvious reasons. If it eventually goes wrong, you'll go to level 9997. If you find the exit, you will be teleported to level, but you won't find the exit. There is no exit.